I just got back from the NBAA show in Las Vegas this year, 2017, and I didn't like it. While I was there, I felt wasn't enough foot traffic at the things, but as I came away from it, I realized it was beneficial. There is a benefit to me as an owner in interacting with the other vendors who are there, and I have to remember that going away from it, that's always been for me. Trade shows has always been about keeping alive the relationships that I have with vendors, because they're really, to me, there are never enough buyers at a show. There's never enough people. And I was spoiled, 10, 12 years ago, I went to a trade show in the vessel industry, and I took 2 people with me, and we were standing there all day, every day for the 3 days. There was 3 of us, and there were always 5 deep people trying to hire us. And, it was awesome. It was, I keep trying to figure out what has to happen to make that happen again. And that's, there's a sales problem in the aviation and the vessel industry. And, I have lots of opinions about that stuff, and it'll probably make a lot of people mad. I just don't think that, in general, we do a good job of selling. While I was at the NBAA show, I was kind of whining a bit about the lack of traffic up and down the aisleways, and then I was watching all these guys eating and drinking at these little groups and just kind of going around from booth to booth. And so I had kind of a negative attitude about the whole show until Wednesday night. My wife, who's a power player in the organization, got invited to a mixer of what's called IAWA. It sounds like they're pronouncing it as Iowa, but it's not spelled that way. It's International Association of Women in Aviation is what I think it stands for. And we met some very interesting people there, and we actually got a client out of being there. So, if I can go home from any trade show with a client, then I know it was a success. So ultimately, on top of all my whining about things, it was a success to be there. What I liked the most about the NBAA is most of the industry was there. They didn't let the crap that happened at that concert outside the Mandalay Bay. I don't think that it scared people away. The town there's a huge, everywhere you go, they've got this new hashtag Vegas Strong thing. I think, people really died, and you have to understand that. I'm not one who thinks that what we're being told about that event's true. So it's hard for me to embrace that, because I think it was a concocted event. I think that most of what we know about what's being reported about that event is untrue. I've been watching it as careful as I can. The timelines keep changing. The so-called security guard that got shot right beforehand has disappeared, and he's not available for comment. I mean, it sounds like JFK all over again. All those people that were there are dead. All the people that knew anything about any of that stuff are dead or disappeared. I mean, that's not a coincidence. My knowingness about those events is bullshit. They're crap. Somebody is trying to create a situation of trying to make people afraid of being outside, or I can see it where the rules are being changed. When you check into a hotel, you have to go through an X-ray scanner. It's all crap. Anybody who knows anything about finding bombs or drugs knows that a dog does a better job than the X-ray machine. Everybody that including all the taxi drivers, was talking about it. And I didn't run into anybody who believed the line that's coming out of media. Okay, they all had their own opinions of it. And I listened, because I always want to know what someone else's opinion is, because they might have seen something that I don't know about. But very interesting, what's going on in the city. So, I have questions, and because I keep looking at stuff like that, it's just, come on, don't fall for that crap. Look, and all we got to do is look down the road and see what is the result of that. I don't want to go through an X-ray scanner to go to a hotel. I have a hard enough time getting through the spinning doors. Now you're going to put an X-ray scanner there? That's not a very welcoming sight. Why are we doing all this crap? Who benefits from it? The guy selling the machines.